today we're breaking down the bold endings 2-round heavy burst hand cannons. We're going to go over the stats, the perks, and the perfect combos to try out in terms of what perks you should be using. I'm JT Goonie, and if you enjoy this video and you were looking for what roles to look out for on the bold endings hand cannon, just hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you never miss another video, and catch me live on Twitch where I stream Destiny 2 Mondays and Tuesdays. Jump into our Discord server where you can find a fire team to chase down any god rolls you may need. Links down below. All right, so this is how you're going to get this hand cannon. All you have to do is complete the final shape campaign. There are a few quests that might contend give you to unlock a red border for this weapon, so then you do have a craftable version of it. This weapon is craftable, so you could go buy the Ghost and the Pale Heart every Tuesday and collect it there. If you do decide to buy it from Ghost though, you'll need 4 Pale Heart engrams and 4,000 Glimmer. Ghost has got to pay his bills too, man. He's not living at the tower rent free. You can also just snag it naturally from activities in the Pale Heart, just doing some overthrow, do some of the strikes and other activities that grant you Pale Heart engrams. You can get it from there as well. Now going over the stats, it's pretty interesting here. We've got a pretty stacked stat pool here. At base, we have some pretty interesting things here. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got impact at 92. This bad boy hits harder than a Titan punch. You got 58 range, perfect for kind of killing enemies at a distance. It is a 2-round burst, so the recoil is going to be a little bit weird. We'll go over that here in a second, but if you can land those headshots, this gun is going to be perfect for you. 32 stability, which is more stable than Warden's Law, surprisingly. So it's not going to bounce around like a hunter on caffeine. It is going to be a little bit more stable than Warden's Law. Love that hand cannon, but bold endings does have the upper hand there. 26 handling, not the fastest, but patience is a virtue. You got to stay on target. You got to be careful with what engagements you're choosing to get into, especially in PvP. We've got 26 reload speed. Might want to take a snack break while it reloads, but yeah, that is low. We're gonna bump it up obviously with some of the perk options that we have. Using it might feel a little bit weird at first if you haven't rocked Warden's Law recently, but trust me, you'll get the hang of the 2-round burst quicker than a warlock learning a new spell. If Warden's Law is your jam, bold endings will be like reuniting with an old fire team buddy from forever ago. Bold endings isn't just like another addition to the archetype, in my opinion. It feels like they kind of did forget about the 2-round heavy burst hand cannons, but this weapon is a powerhouse. With a massive impact and solid range, this hand cannon will turn enemies into space dust, and plus it being craftable means that you can tweak it to fit your playstyle perfectly. There is no compromising here with this hand cannon. Once we go over the perks and everything like that, I think you guys will realize that this weapon really can be fine-tuned exactly to how you want to play with a hand cannon, especially in PvE. PvE is where this weapon shines. It's really good in PvP. I don't know, I like it a lot. I've been using it pretty much nonstop for the past 2.5 weeks. And this weapon just is making everything so much better. The perk pool is kind of a mixed bag here. A lot of people think that it's just not, you know, meant for the current sandbox, but I beg to differ. There are a couple of perk options on this one that I would swap out, but let's go ahead and go over all the perks in perk slot 3. We've got attrition orbs. Scoring multiple hits against enemies within 5 seconds spawns an orb of power that grants 8.8% energy. No need for a full kill, just pepper them. You know, getting your hits grants you some orbs there. We've got strategist. Final blows with this weapon generate class ability. Activating your class ability grants increased stability for a short time. This perk is must have for hunters who are always on a roll. There's a hunter on the gun, and the hunter dodge is the easiest class ability to get back in the game. It not only helps you recharge your abilities faster, but it also gives your weapon some more stability, which who doesn't want more stability? Imagine popping a rift, barricade, or dodge and immediately feeling your hand cannon become an absolute laser beam. Like this is a really good perk option. Air trigger, one that I'm really not too thrilled about. This is one of the ones that I would swap out. I hate perks that make you give up something just to gain a little bit of something else. This is just one that's not going to be that great. Now this is a perk that states increased ammo reserves. When airborne, accuracy and reload speed are increased, but target acquisition is decreased. Controller players are going to suffer with this one. The increased ammo reserves literally does nothing because this is a primary weapon, and fighting people in the air with a hand cannon does not sound like something that, I mean, it's doable, but it's not something I would really recommend doing like in every engagement. Maybe in PvE you could make a case for it, but I don't know. This perk really isn't the one that is going to do it for me. To the pain, while this weapon is equipped, taking damage increases handling and aim assist until the weapon is stowed. Fantastic perk. Taking more damage increases that effect. This perk shines for the controller players. The more you get hit, the better your handling and aim assist are. It's like getting rewarded for having thumbs, basically. Perfect for aggressive playstyles and helps you stay on target when under fire. This is a hand cannon, so stability isn't as important as some of the other stats, but a benefit nonetheless. Be aggressive, get rewarded. name of the game here. The number one perk in perk slot 3 that I'm shooting for, that I think you should shoot for, is Headstone. Precision final blows spawn a stasis crystal at the victim's location. I feel like in PvP when I was using this, I was using Dragonfly and Headstone, and this perk honestly in PvP is a sleeper. The stasis shards freeze enemies that are nearby, and with Dragonfly they're getting slowed even further. So it's like freeze 3 people at the same time. That's free kills right there. That's free eliminations. You can't really go wrong with Headstone. This perk on this weapon is a game changer for stasis builds specifically. Each precision kill spawns a stasis crystal, which can be used, you know, to control the battlefield. Honestly, pair this with Dragonfly, like I said, and you'll be freezing entire groups of enemies. In PvE, it's great for red borders, and with a 5% bump in damage, 2 red borders with hand cannons, this is easily a no-brainer. Loose Change, another good option here. Applying an elemental debuff to a target increases this weapon's reload speed, aim assist, and movement while aiming down sights. For a short duration, it's not like a crazy amount of time or anything like that. Loose Change is perfect for debuff heavy builds. You know, Stasis is a debuff heavy subclass in general. Every hit that applies an elemental debuff will boost your reload speed, aim assist, and ADS movement. This makes it easier to stay on target and dish out damage quickly, especially useful for engagements that usually take you a little bit longer to finish out. It's a really good option here. Rapid hit, rapid precision hits temporarily increase stability and reload speed, and that's it for perk slot 3. I mean, stacked. This weapon is stacked. Again, air trigger, really not the best option. I would definitely swap that out for something else, but it's pretty good. Let's hop into perk slot 4. We got Demolitionist. Kills with this weapon generate grenade energy. Activating your grenade ability reloads this weapon from reserves. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Demolitionist is perfect for grenade-centric builds, so you Prismatic guys out there, I've been using it with nothing but Prismatic, and it's fantastic. Not only do you get more grenade energy with each kill, but using your grenade will reload the weapon so you can just keep cycling. Creates a smooth loop of grenade throws and weapon reloading, keeping you in the fight long without worrying about running out of ammo in the mag. It's pretty insane, pretty insane. Desperate Measures, weapon final blows grant bonus damage. Melee and grenade final blows grant a larger bonus that can stack. Fantastic damage perk on this one. I do think that this is going to be one of the better damage options because with one grenade kill, it's 20%. If you get a melee or another grenade kill after that, it's 30%. At the base, it's giving you a flat 15% bump off of just getting kills with the weapons. We've got Dragonfly. Precision kills create an elemental damage explosion. Perfectly pairs with Headstone. Like I said, you can create multiple frozen enemies with one shot, and you know, it just really depends on what you want to do. Dragonfly turns precision kills like into mini explosives, honestly, dealing damage to surrounding enemies, and as a stasis weapon, these explosions can slow or freeze nearby enemies, like I was saying earlier, creating a chain reaction of icy destruction. It's so good to have Dragonfly on this weapon, especially with the damage that it's doing. Dragonfly is definitely a number 1 pick for me in perk slot 4. Moving target, increase movement speed and aim assist while aiming down sights. This is a perfect, absolute perfect pairing for Loose Change. You pair this with Loose Change, you are literally going to be flying around the map like crazy. Collective action, collecting elemental pickups or throwing a strand tangle grants a stacking period of increased damage. I'm looking at you you Titans out there. I'm looking at you Titans being able to create strand tangles out of thin air, being able to create elemental debuffs out of thin air is going to be a great choice for Titans. Golden Tricorn, final blows with this weapon grant bonus damage. While this buff is active, grenade or melee kills of the same damage type greatly increases its damage and duration. So Tricorn offers a 15% damage bump for final blows, similar to Desperate Measures, but while this buff is active, grenade or melee kills of the same damage type greatly increase its damage and duration. That's the only hang up with Golden Tricorn, is the fact that it has to match the damage type of the weapon. So you have to be all in on Stasis for this perk to really matter for you. So I would pick Desperate Measures over Golden Tricorn, but Golden Tricorn is still a great option. And lastly, we have Eye of the Storm. This weapon becomes more accurate and boosts handling as your health gets lower. Who doesn't want more handling? Eye of the Storm is great for clutch moments. As your health decreases, this weapon becomes more accurate and easier to handle. This can be a lifesaver in both PvP and PvE. making it easier to land critical shots when you're in a tough spot. Pair it with To the Pain or Air Trigger, and I know Air Trigger is not on the top of our list, but I did use this roll, and let me tell you, it was pretty spicy. It was giving me that bump in accuracy with Air Trigger, and it was giving me that bump in handling. So weapon swapping while in the air was super blazing fast. It's making a case for Air Trigger. So perk combinations that I would look out for. Bungie packed a ton in here with bold endings, with some killer perk options, making it a heavy hitter in both PvE and PvE. This hand cannon is like a Swiss Army knife of destruction, tailored for every Guardian's playstyle. Whether you're mowing down waves of enemies in PvE or outdueling opponents in PvP, bold endings has you covered with a range of perk combinations that can turn the tide, man. Here are the top combos that I would look out for, starting with To the Pain and Eye of the Storm. These two perks pretty much go hand in hand. That's pretty much what it is. You get the bonus in handling and aim assist, shout out to the controller players, and Eye of the Storm increases your accuracy and handling as your health gets lower, making you a nightmare to finish off. So you're just double dipping into the handling cookie jar just for engaging your enemies. The more aggressive you play, the better this role will work for you. This isn't going to outgun any auto rifles or anything like that, but it will give you the upper hand if you are going up against an even match. If you're dueling another scout rifle, another hand cannon, you're up against a Warden's Law, you probably have the upper hand with this role. To the Pain and Moving Target is another one. To the Pain boosts your handling and aim assist as you take damage, and taking more damage increases the effect. Moving Target enhances your movement speed and aim assist while aiming down sights. So this is going to be the one, if you are just an aim down sight battler, this is going to be the one. Perfect for aggressive players who dive headfirst into action and need to stay more nimble and accurate. Pretty much the same as the last role, but with the bump in movement speed on top of that. Great choice for you battlers out there. Strategist and Desperate Measures. Again, another fantastic role. A role that I'm never ever going to tell someone to sleep on. Strategist is a new perk in the final shape, and this is one of those ones where I feel like the more weapons it's on, the better the sandbox is going to get. Strategist generates that class ability, and that's why I'm saying that. It really, on final blows, and activating your class ability grants increased stability. So being as stable as possible, this thing literally turns into a laser beam with Strategist. And with Desperate Measures providing that stacking damage bump from weapon, melee, and grenade kills, this combo basically ensures that you're buffed all the time and dealing out the pain. Think of it as your strategic retreat to come back stronger. No shame in that. You'll be the ultimate tactician, like pretty much outsmarting everything. So now let's get into these PvE combos. There's a few here that I think are going to be the go-to roles to use on this weapon. So we're going to start obviously with Headstone Dragonfly. That is number one for me. Rapid Hit Golden Tricorn with Rabbit Hoop boosting that stability and reload speed with precision hits. And all you got to do is hit it. You don't even have to get the kill. It's where this weapon is going to shine, keeping your gun firing smoothly. Golden Tricorn provides a stacking damage bump from weapon final blows and even more from grenade and melee kills. So this combo keeps you dishing out damage nonstop. We've got Loose Change Demolitionist. Loose Change boosts reload speed and aim assist and ADS movement when you apply an elemental debuff, and Demolitionist grants grenade energy on kills and reloads that weapon from reserves when you throw a grenade. So this combo ensures your utility abilities are always ready, so you have an elemental debuff at your ready with Stasis grenade. So if you use a Duskfield grenade, this thing is going to absolutely fry. And then we have Rapid Hit and Desperate Measures. Great for Prismatic builds. Rapid precision hits temporarily increase stability and reload speed, while Desperate Measures gives you that stacking damage bump again. You know, it's like being unstoppable and then also reloading blazing fast. You can just be even more unstoppable. Great role. So for PvE, again, we've got Headstone and Dragonfly, Rapid Hit Golden Tricorn, Loose Change Demolitionist, Rapid Hit, and Desperate Measures. Honestly, you can't go wrong with any of these. Bold Endings isn't just a hand cannon. It's more than that. It is, I feel like Bungie is starting to dive into some of the archetypes of weapons that we haven't seen in a while. Warden's Law was the last time I saw a 2-round heavy burst make any type of noise. Bold Endings literally is like the cream of the crop because it's Stasis. This weapon ties in so well with Prismatic. It ties in so well with just regular Stasis builds. It synergizes well with a lot of abilities that we have and different, debuffs and buffs that we do have. Honestly, I'm so happy that this weapon is in the game and I've been using it nonstop. So if I were to rate the Bold Endings hand cannon in Destiny 2, here's where it stands. I'm gonna give the stats a 7 out of 10, 92 impact. High impact, comparable to other top tier hand cannons, but it's not like, you know, that's the only thing that this weapon has to offer is a ton of impact, which is the good thing. We got 58 range, decent range, but not the best in class. So there are other options if range is kind of what you're going for. It's 32 stability, lower stability, which can be a drawback, but with some of the perks that we have, like rapid hit, you know, we're good. We're good on stability. 26 handling, below average, making it a bit slow. You're gonna want to throw a quick access sling on this weapon, or do something, use Ophidian aspect of the Ophidian for the exotic class items, something to get that weapon swapping a little bit faster, or throw a handling masterwork on this weapon. That would be my recommendation because it is very slow. Reload speed is 26, slow reload speed, but it can be mitigated by perks. There are perks that allow you to reload faster. There are different abilities that allow you to reload faster. So don't really worry about that too much. You know, Hunter's got it covered. So at stats, I'm giving it a flat 7 out of 10. Perk options, I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. For PvP, air trigger, I know it's not at the top of our list of perks to use, but air trigger is still a good option. I have the storm, to the pain, moving target, strategist, and desperate measures are what you're going to want to take into PvP. For PvE, we've got headstone, dragonfly, rapid hit, golden tricorn, loose change, and demolitionist. Synergy, excellent synergy with stasis builds across the board. Even most of the prismatic builds that we're running have some sort of stasis involved in them. So honestly, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 in the perk department in terms of like PvP, PvE, and perk synergy. Synergy with abilities is where this is gonna kind of stand out. We got an 8 out of 10 for me. Stasis builds, headstone and dragonfly provide exceptional synergy for freezing and crowd control, so it's gonna get a dub there. Class abilities, strategists and desperate measures work well with class abilities, especially for hunters and titans. And for utility, we've got loose change and demolitionist to ensure constant ability uptime. That is the most important thing with synergy with abilities on these weapons is ability uptime. That is really what you want to look for, making it a powerhouse pretty much for longer fights. Overall rating, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. Bold Ending stands out for its versatility and powerful perk combinations, making it a strong contender for both PvE and PvP. Its lower stability and handling are what I would consider a fair trade-off for its high impact and excellent perk synergy, especially for stasis elemental builds. While not the absolute top tier hand cannon, this is not by any means going to be the best hand cannon in the game. It is a must-have though for guardians looking to add a reliable and adaptable weapon to their arsenal, no matter who you are or what class you play. This is going to be one you're not going to want to sleep on. Go get it crafted, play the game with this hand cannon. I honestly have seen people take it into Grandmasters and absolutely fry out with it, so you're definitely going to want to keep this one. Bold Endings isn't about just hitting hard, it's about versatility and playstyle customization. Whether you're freezing foes with headstone and dragonfly or being fast on your feet with moving target, this hand cannon adapts to your needs. It is a must-have for any guardian looking to make a statement in the Crucible or dominate in PvE. So gear up, tweak those perks, and let Bold Endings write your legend, man. Go get it crafted, build your gun. Let me know how you feel about it. If you found this review on the Bold Endings hand cannon helpful, hit that like button, drop a comment with your favorite Bold Endings role, and don't forget to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Also, join our Discord to find fire teams, share your roles, and discuss all things Destiny. Links are down below. Happy hunting, Guardian. Catch you in the next one.